He has done great things. He has done great things. Arms open wide, the Lamb crucified, worthy is He. He has done great things. Our God has done great things. Thorns on His brow, grace flowing down, worthy is He. As high as the heavens above, great is His everlasting love. Rivers of mercy.
Hey, welcome. If you're watching the live, let us know where you're coming in from in the comments. We're streaming to several destinations here. And I've got two amazing guests with me, Ash and John, aka Scoob. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Hi.
So great to have you here. And it's funny, I'm going to change the background because I see like me and John twice.
You only want to see me once.
Same here for me. Oh, goodness. But today we want to talk to you all about several different things. Of course, there's so much going on in America. And if you are here, you're probably aware of it. And if you're not aware of it, I'd be really surprised. But I'm guessing you are. We are definitely under attack. And I think COVID blew open the truth, which is both such a blessing, but also we are in incredibly crazy times where we're literally fighting just to have clean air again, clean water, clean soil, clean food, clean blood. And I learned this because I went through the worst health crash I've ever experienced. I went from completely healthy, juicing, fasting, 10-mile bike rides out here in the desert on the weekends in Arizona, to a crash where I couldn't lift my arms and I was turning blue in the ER. And I was like, what the heck is wrong with me? And I had no idea. And that led me down this whole path where a lot of you here have experienced a similar health crash, especially those of you that find the quantum healing channel, where maybe you were diagnosed like I was with Lyme, mold, long COVID, afibrillation. I had Raynaud's syndrome. I had dysautonomia, I had POTS. I was actually borderline going into heart failure a month into this. It was a complete crisis. I had no idea why. And the weirdest thing was I couldn't get better. So we're all three. We've had a similar version, a similar story of this. And we're all going to share our stories, what we've been through. But what's incredible is we're speaking to you today from the other side. And I can tell you, like, when you're in it, you feel like you're not going to come out. And that's because there is an engineered trap on purpose in America. And it is, if you know me from the Dr. McCoy YouTube channel I run, I can no longer sit by and just talk about my business anymore. I can't. Like, every day I wake up and it's in my heart, like, I got to help these people that are in a similar situation. And God's sending hundreds our way, like hundreds of messages where people are in similar situations. And as, engineered pandemics just get worse and worse, which we're going to see this happen over the next few years in America, it's going to be a complete crisis and it's going to get worse. We want to share the news of how you can completely heal and how you can actually come through this crisis stronger than you've ever been. Like, I have not only healed from 15 diagnoses, I have completely started to restore my nervous system. And I can tell you, I feel it every day. Like, I feel tired. I feel sleepy. I feel drowsy. I feel good. I feel at peace. I'm not reactive. And I went 33 years of my life. I'm turning 35 soon, literally next week. I had 34 years of my life. 34 was the year God completely changed and worked on me through the 15 diagnoses. Went from that to like a whole new person. So that's the beautiful picture here, is you can actually not only heal from the crazy crap that doctors will tell you is in your head, which is so horrible, but there's a system behind that too. Western medicine, allopathic medicine has not been trained on any kind of herbal frequency, bioelectric field, which is the reality of how we are built. We are spirit and light beings. We're not chemical beings. We're spirits in a physical body. We're spirits first. But we have just been so completely wool pulled over our eyes in America, especially the medical system here, that we have had this truth hidden since 1910 when the AMA made it illegal for Americans to know about electromagnetic frequency healing and herbal medicine. So anyway, I'm sure you guys know me, so I'm going to move to John, aka Scoob. Tell us about your story and how we met. Like, it's so crazy. God's involved in this story. Take it away.
Absolutely. God is number one in this story. And it's when I fell down to my knees and went back to God that this whole thing opened up for me. And I was able to meet you and you, Julia, and Ash. And that started with me with seeing you. I mean, seeing you on your YouTube video, because I'm a marketing coach and I do build one-page sales funnel. So I was watching you on YouTube and you had mentioned one time something about something going on. And I felt it. I told you this a couple of times. I was like, there's something deeper with her. I can tell that I was meant to talk to her. And one time I reached out to you and you said, oh my gosh, you got to get a hold of this Ash. She sells this stuff called, because I said, I'm rushing ahead here with that entrepreneurial brain. But what happened to me, I was having problems. I was like what you said earlier. I was just living my life. I raced pro motocross. I was in crazy good shape. I meditated, I ran, sprinted hills, really good shape. And all of a sudden, I had two things happen to me. I was in a skiing accident that severed a nerve and paralyzed my foot. That started down the road of surgeries and then all this medication, which they put me on Eliquis because I caught a blood clot from the surgery. It's just destroyed my stomach. Like, that's the last thing that started to move away from me just recently with this spray. And I've only been on spray now for 2 months. So I'm still getting some retracing. We can maybe talk about that later, whatever. But anyhow, yeah, you told me to reach out to Ash. And I was like, and Ash, I reached out to Ash. And we talked for like an hour on the phone. I told her my whole story. And I was getting these same things, these getting on the computer, getting completely sick. And this just came out of the blue so fast. It just uppercutted me.
That's how it was for me. Like, we went from being completely healthy to suddenly.
So fast. That was the scary part about it. When you said that, like just a minute ago, it resonated so much with me because I was like, oh my gosh, that was it. Because I was just live, have fun, live like fast in a way that was safe, though. I'm not saying like crazy, but have fun, live fast. And it just uppercutted me so fast. Like, here, friction just engulfed me. And it felt like there was like I started having these, I get on the computer and my heart I thought I was having a heart attack. I was at the emergency room over a dozen times and they're just going, sorry, I don't know, whatever. I'm saying, listen, so I started the whole side of my face going numb, electrical shocks down the front of my chest that were like unbelievable. Then the Eliquis destroyed my stomach. My stomach would just growl and just turn 24/7. It would never stop. Never stop.
Horrible. And they never tell you, like, these drugs don't come with, oh, by the way, it could ruin your microbiome.
Correct. You know what the doctor at Cleveland, so Cleveland Clinic, I go to Cleveland Clinic, which is supposed to be the best there is, right? You know what he tells me? I'm on this Eliquis and I keep saying to him, Doc, when can I get off this? I want to start taking turmeric, cayenne pepper.
Yeah.
Get me down the road of that Memphis, learning about that. And he said, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. And the clot was it was gone basically. And he said, I want you on for like another 2 months. I'm like, dude, all right. So I stayed on, but as soon as I got off, the day he took me off, I asked him, he goes, you're on a poison. And I go, what? He goes, that's a poison. It's a massive poison. He's like, but you started on it and it does thin your blood. And I was like, okay, you tell me that now? Like, really? No. It was crazy. And so long story short, which I'm making it long, but tendency to do that. But I fell on my knees and was praying to God.
That's what this is for, John. Keep going. Right. I mean, Scoop.
You can call me John too. That's totally fine. But I just fell to my knees and started praying and just praying so deeply to God, where I was kind of superficial with it before, right? I'll be honest. And
same.
And I said, I need answers. I need them now. Like I thought I was dying. Like if I took one more step, I was going to die. I was going to fall over dead. I mean, it was that bad. That's
how it felt for me.
Side of my face numb. I can't even, like, I was like, and they can't tell. They said, it's your trigeminal nerve. I'm like, well, why is it going down into my chest and across my fucking, and
that's the exact vagus nerve pattern, which I had the same thing. It was the vagus nerve. And I bet you had some of this, Ash, because you had long COVID for 3 years.
Yeah, sure did. Been suffering terribly.
Yep. And I absolutely had long COVID too and didn't realize it. I mean, the brain fog was unbelievable. Some days where it was like, I would forget, and I would just say it to age, because I'm 52. I just turned 52, and this all struck me right at the 50 age. Like I got that uppercut, and so it was harder to deal with, because at 45, it's a little bit easier. You know, at 50, you're starting to realize, man, there's not a ton more time on this earth, and I want to make it as best as I can. And that all came crashing down on me, and it just, and then that praying to God led me to you, Julia, which I knew was going to be something was more, and then that led me to you, Ash, and then I got the spray, and I've only been on the spray now for 2 months, and it's unbelievable what has happened. Like the numbness in my face completely gone, the heart palpitations completely gone. Yep, right here.
How pretty that is. I never get tired of showing people that, like the color, the consistency. So let's talk about what this is, because somebody in the comments is just saying, I am the same. They're relating to you, Scoob. I am taking a lot of pills for diabetes. My stomach is so bad. They're telling me there's no healing. So let's talk about what this is.
Yeah.
Let me say that there's absolutely healing in that. To answer you, there's healing, because my stomach was a mess, and it was the last thing that just turned for me within the last like 2 weeks, completely almost gone. So amen. But go ahead.
Praise God.
Amen. I love it. So Julia, do you want me to tell you kind of what this is and tell your audience?
Let's do it. I was going to have you tell your story, but we got people in the comments already that need this.
Yeah, they do. So this is actually, I have to give God, like Scoop said, all the praise and glory, because he is always offering a way out. He's always offering a life raft and the antidote for us. And so if y'all will go in the Bible in Revelation 22:2, he specifically tells us that the leaves of the plants are for the healing of the nations. And I never really gave that much of a second thought. I really didn't even read that verse much into it. But we're going back to herbal medicine. We're going back to God's creation. So this is nothing, plants, old as time, right? But we have a science team in Europe that started studying the structure of plants. And you guys, they started in 1973 looking into the structure of plants, and they found out how to take out the top molecule from 44 of the most potent plants on earth. And there are thousands of molecules in plants. They just took out the ones that have no allergens. Doesn't matter if you're allergic to one of these plants, you wouldn't be allergic to that molecule. They put it all together synergistically in this amazing spray, which is, there are 19 patents on the extraction technology. It goes under the tongue. It crosses the blood-brain barrier faster than an IV, and it starts to root out everything they've done to us. It starts to take out all the chemicals, the heavy metals, the parasites, the glyphosate, the mold, the mycotoxins, the spike protein. But the body is the miracle. So it actually opens up our microcirculation so that our body self-expels things we've been carrying for decades. It's miraculous. And my story, you want me to go ahead and just tell what?
Yes, please. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So I'm 56 years old, and I really, truly thought I was actively dying. I felt that my body was shutting down. I came out of a surgery in 2024 with something called POTS syndrome, where I would walk from one room to another and my autonomic nervous system completely kaputs. It just went on me. No longer was my body controlling my pulse or my blood pressure or my body temperature. I would have tachycardia, blood pressure 170 over 100, just literally walking down the stairs. So I had a conversation with God, and I just basically said, I want to be where you are. This vessel, this flesh suit's breaking down, and I don't want to do this anymore. But not that I'm anyone special, but if you could show me recovery, if you could help me fix this, I promise I'll tell the world. Well, I was at my worst, lowest point. My eyes were tremoring. It was so bad. I was on beta blockers. I was on hypertension meds. I had flown laying down to Phoenix to see a specialist. I mean, literally, it was so bad. But anyway, I got on the spray. It was about a week after that conversation with God. I found the spray, got on it. I'm telling you guys, I'm not going to cry. Not going to cry today. I'm 1 year post starting the spray, and the Lord healed me through the spray. And I have no symptoms. I have no symptoms anymore of something that is not supposed to be able to recover from. I am so grateful. I'm on 0 medications. I'm on 0 supplements. I don't know how else. I mean, and so I'm keeping my promise. I got online with my friends and family and people that follow me, and I just started talking about what has happened to me. And then the Lord just done the rest.
Incredible. Incredible. It's hard to put into words when you go from a place of so much suffering, which is like, I'll tell you, I still wake up and I'm like, what happened to me? Am I going to wake up? Is this a bad dream? I'm in the land of the free. I believed in America. I believed in the systems. I thought they were all meant to protect me. So I have like this, it's the 5 stages of awareness. So you go through like denial, grief. So I'm literally processing that the country I was born in is not at all what I thought it was. And I had prophetic dreams when I was going through the same suffering that you relate so much. I mean, it's like the same thing we went through, that they don't have a name for it. It's long COVID, it's cytokine storm. It's your immune system attacking your body. It's this, it's that. And really, like, it's frequency disease. We've all been poisoned, and COVID was snake venom, which mimics a respiratory virus, which attacks your brainstem, shuts down your vagus nerve, which, by the way, is a precursor to death, which is why you feel like death, because death is near. And it's like, just to process that, because I would never, ever have believed it, you guys, if I didn't go through it. Because I was the person that was in 2024. My husband's like, see all those chemtrails? I'm like, you're crazy. Where's your tinfoil hat? Those aren't real. Because I could not believe that our own government would allow something like that. Because if I was to admit that all the chemtrails are real, which now I see them every day, it's terrible. Then I would have to admit we're like kind of living guinea pigs under a communist regime that's spraying us so we get sick and die. And that's really horrifying. And if you're in America and you've been sold the dream, it's a really hard thing to wake up to. But I woke up to it because I had to, because over 50 doctors told me, we can't help you, when I had the 300th weird system, which was under my eyes turned green. You could literally see the color green. And it was my blood not getting to the right places. And when I called the doctor Saturday morning, I'm like, my family's like, my 11-year-old's like, Mom, under your eyes is green. And I went to the mirror and tried to scrub it off, and I couldn't. And I'm freaking out. I'm praying like, yeah, this definitely pulls you close to God. God is our only hope. If you don't have God, I can't imagine. It's way worse. So I called in a naturopath, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, we can't help you anymore, because like we just have never seen that. And I don't think long COVID exists. It's 2025. This is the top naturopath in Scottsdale, Arizona, telling me this. So I get kicked out of their practice. It's like the 10th doctor I've seen. Many treatments are just making me worse. And I'm like, I have no idea. And then it's, fast forward 6 months later, and it's like, I have this product on my shelf, and now I'm learning all about a medicine practice that you're going to hear more about on this channel called biblical naturopathy. And it is the only practice, and I owe you guys some DMs on this. It's the only practice where the first precept of their medicine that they practice, and it's often done by Messianic Jewish Christian doctors, which is also very rare. Their first line of practice is, if the blood is impure, then pathogens replicate and will thrive in the body. If the blood is pure, no pathogen can survive. That's their first precept. Like, you don't hear this in the medical system here at all. You don't. It's like, let's throw more poison. Let's give you more toxins. And they know what they're doing, because back in 1910, when the AMA made it illegal for doctors to practice herbs, homeopathy, and frequency medicine, and, like Royal Rife, his entire lab got destroyed. There's literally nothing left from everything he built. Tesla, very similar. We've had to re-engineer this stuff. And so you go from that, and then when you study that trail, you learn that people like the Rockefellers actually paid instructors to go to colleges around America around the same time and teach a new curriculum that was Western medicine. So they literally fed this into what was supposed to be good, reputable medical systems and healthcare systems, which originally our country started with herbal medicine. It did not start with drugs and surgery. It only did that in 1910. And so, like, to see this and to go from, okay, this has been hidden from us since 1910. We don't even know we're bioelectric beings. It's been cut out of every textbook. And then to go from that to learning all about frequency medicine, learning about blood cleansing, learning that you don't need to do a $10,000 blood treatment, which I was on the verge of doing, but my adrenals were so shot. My functional medicine doctor at the time was like, no, don't go and do EBU. Like, it would wreck you if you pull any more blood out of your system, because I was nearly fainting with the last blood draw. So when you take something like this and it actually cleans your blood from the inside out without pulling any IVs, without any expensive system, you don't even have to walk into a doctor's office. Like, we have this unbelievable COVID pandemic engineered, planned on the back end of 100 years of lies. Like, this was all planned. We're living the end times. And yet we have, on the other hand, this incredible miracle of frequency medicine coming back. I'm rediscovering it for the first time. I'm learning the truth about my health. I'm learning that I'm a bioelectric being, not a chemical being. And then we have this incredible cure that was literally, like Ash was just saying earlier, and if you just joined us, she was sharing the story of how scientists literally pulled out these plant molecules, and it took them 50 years of study to learn how to do this. And it wasn't done in the US, it was done in Switzerland. And the top scientists engineered this. And it was a quantum physics team, right, Ash?
It is. They're quantum physicists. And it's a particle and a wave, which is super cool because that's the quantum part of it. Not only did they pull out the molecules, Julia, but they pulled the frequency of the plant. So this spray actually has a vibration or a frequency of 850 hertz. So that's really profound when you put that in the body 3 or 4 times a day.
Incredible. And you guys know my protocol. I've been doing 30 sprays a day, and literally all my symptoms are disappearing. I went from not driving, not sitting up, like without severe pain, like taking, like Scoop was saying earlier, you take a walk, a foot forward with your feet, you get up, step, walk, you think you're dying. That was us. So I went from that place, was told a bunch of diagnoses. Adrenal failure was the main one I was told. It was Lyme, it was mold, it was leaky gut, it was brain inflammation. My brain was starting to swell, like crazy things. Nothing was working. I had a list of over 300 things I was writing down that I was trying. But what I've learned is if you don't get the bioelectric system back in gear, there's no chemical, there's no supplement, there's nothing nutritional you can give your body. If that bioelectric, which is actually our foundation of life, if that is screwed up, and with the chemtrails, that's a frequency, that's aluminum, that's barium, that's messing with our electrical system in our body on the daily. You add to that toxic water, toxic food, just driving by all the smart meters, the Wi-Fi in your home, and you don't know to neutralize this stuff, right? You don't know, you're not aware, you're not being taught this. Like, I've got salt lamps instead of the Wi-Fi router.
Yeah, I wrap mine in aluminum foil.
We're all wearing the patches. Scoop's getting one.
I'm getting one. Yeah, absolutely. That's the one thing I haven't had yet. I will say this too, and I'd love to throw this out there, that this all for me, and I've had a lot of people that I've talked to, creates this anxiety in you because I got medical PTSD from this blood clot. Didn't know if it was going to move. I'm feeling all this stuff, and all this stuff happening and one of the big things on this spray that's just been beautiful is that's almost completely removed the anxiety.
Yes.
And that's like, oh my gosh, that alone, because it does start then to sometimes be a thing where you ask yourself, am I just getting a little crazy in my mind right now? But you do have these symptoms. I'm not saying I didn't. I know I did. But there was times where it got so bad I was in a fight or flight and couldn't escape it. And I really wasn't in a bad position at that point. But it had gotten so screwed up in my head and in my body feeling this stuff, and that this has almost completely, and I've only been on 2 months, like I said, dissipated that. And that's been a massive relief. Massive.
I agree.
Back to what Julia said about the vagus nerve. We're talking about your sympathetic and your parasympathetic nervous system. This was a gain of function bioweapon, guys. And they knew exactly where it was going to attack our nervous system. And so you're medically anxious. This is not that you're going crazy. This is medical anxiety. And when you go to the root cause and starts to recover, the anxiety goes away, guys. I mean, I never dreamed. I used to just panic over the tiniest things. I'm with you guys. I have no more anxiety. It's gone.
Yes.
Amazing. I started writing down my symptoms because I had so many. And I was like, okay, I'm going all in on the plant spray. God told me to fire all my doctors. November 8th. I did that. And I'm like, this is so crazy. What am I doing? I fire all my doctors. I'm like, never going to go see you again because they weren't really helping. They were trying. They weren't helping. And so I go all in on the plant spray and I write down every day the symptoms that start to leave. And it was day 3, that heavy anxiety that I would literally have to listen to the Bible hour by hour just for it to stay over here and not like that. Heavy anxiety lifted on day 3 and it never came back. And I went from like, barely sitting up, like 3.5 months later, I'll be 4 months on February 8th. I am driving. I'm taking my kid to school on my own, going to see massage therapists. I invest a lot of time in my body now versus what I used to do, which was hustle all the time. I can sit on a computer for 2-3 hours and actually enjoy it. I'm not afraid. I don't have any of the electrical rhythm issues going on at all. I can sit down in a restaurant, handle lights, handle people, handle crowds again. Like I wasn't sure if any of that was going to come back, because we had tried so many things and so many things were just making it all worse. So if you're listening, if you know somebody that's in that place, if you have been in that place, like what Ash and Scoob just said, like, first of all, you're not crazy. Know that this is not in your head. That's maybe the most important thing you need to hear, because every doctor told me it was in my head. I walked out of Mayo Clinic with a diagnosis that literally said somatic something, and it meant that I have this urge to drink too much water. And I've never been more insulted. Like I am smart, okay? I'm not a crazy person. I am an entrepreneur that figures things out, that strategizes, that has, like, I've done a lot of self-healing, but last year ripped me open, taught me like how much more I need to heal. But like I've done the work. I'm not somebody that's just, does whatever their mind tells them to do. No, I'm pretty consistent and self-disciplined. And so like that diagnosis was even crazy. Like, why would it be in my head? I'm clearly like feeling like dying here. And you're telling me this?
Yeah.
Gaslighting.
They did the same thing to me. I walked in. He literally looked up what I was telling him about on Google right in front of me, the doctor. And I was like, what? And then he goes, it's all in your head. I think I got up and I said, I'm done with you. And I walked right out. And I was like, are you kidding me? It's, like it's crazy.
Wow.
And they just want to give you poisons. And you can't find one that just doesn't want to hand you more poisons. One time I went to the emergency room. I was going to a race with my kids and I was really excited to go. And I had these terrible symptoms. I got up at 3 a.m, went to the emergency room. I didn't think I was going to make it because of the stomach stuff. Speaking of the stomach, and this will help the guy with the stomach, just to learn what not to do. And they said, we'll give you this injection. It'll help your stomach to get to your kid's race. And I'm at the race and I'm telling you, my heart was it felt like it was coming out of my chest. And I was like, what is going on here? And I looked up the side effects of that medication. And the number one side effect was your offbeat, racing, pounding heart. I was like, are you kidding me? So it's just that thing you said a minute ago, Julia, where they just feed. It's just a vicious friction cycle of poisons in your body. And this spray right here just starts from the inside out and changes all that. It's beautiful.
Yes, it really does.
Julia, can you show that picture of me in the hospital? So I want y'all to see like that. Like this is where we're coming from, guys. We were sick, all 3 of us here. We've really been through it. And if you're feeling something's not right, it's not in your head. You know your body. And so, it's not something you have to live with. God has given us something that's it's food. It's molecular food. And it can do no harm. There are no contraindications at all. You can give this to a baby. You can give it to someone 101 years old. And, we're very regenerative creatures. Our bodies are created. When you take blood, our bodies make new blood. If you cut your nails, you get hair. Our liver can regenerate. We can regenerate, but not with dirty blood. And you can't out supplement dirty blood, you guys. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I was on so many supplements. I mean, every day, it wasn't working, and it was going through a leaky gut. So we don't know where it's sourced from. We don't know where the fillers are. This is none of that. We know who our source is, and we know what exactly is in here.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe let's speak to the whole aspect. I've got conversations going, I'm sure both of you do too, where it's like, well, why isn't this in like mainstream stores? Why can't we get something like this, off of a shelf? Like, let's speak to that a little bit. And there's, I'm sure anyone watching is aware of the corruption. I'm seeing it in the comments, right? But let's talk a little bit about why this is inside a network marketing company. Why is that?
Well, this is, again, there are 19 patents on the molecular extraction process. It's highly sensitive how they've researched this for 50 years. Yeah. So they felt that it was the best firewall to protect how special this is to build a distribution model around it. And you can only get it through a distributor that protects foreign entities, people from getting it, trying to replicate it and putting out knockoffs. There's only one of this, and there will never be another, ever. The owner has said this. This is it. So this is a one-of-a-kind, miraculous formulation. And so we have built it around a network marketing company. I know a lot of people like poo-poo on network marketing, but this is different than that. It's not, Julia, you can attest to this. This is not like a network marketing company you would think.
So different. You call it a healing mission, and that's what it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a healing mission. And I think the person in the comments here named Captain 37, there you go.
I just read that too, and I was actually thinking he's so right, because this little thing's removing everything, and you don't have to take any more supplements. How are they making money on that, right?
Yeah, it's in that vein of Royal Rife where the lab gets destroyed and there's no trace of anyone. So literally, that's why it looks like some people are like, oh, it looks like a gimmick. There's no claims. There's a reason why, because if something cured you and it meant that you would never have to return to the ER, never have to go back for a prescription refill, would they want that out there? And if they could trace a claim that actually looked legit with a link and all that, where they could dig in and really scrutinize it, would it exist? And we have to have this solution. Like, I won't be without it. Like, it's just, I bring this ever. It's in my pocket. It's my kids take it when they're sick. I have a 3-year-old on it, and he's like, his energy is increased. He's doing better. I just started him on it, and the next day he had like so much green goop drop out of his nose, and he only did 4 sprays, and he's 3, like the healthiest kid, never vaccinated, like very, very healthy. And I was just shocked. But that just goes to show you, like, you can be eating organic, like I was. And I know, Scoob, you're in the same boat. Like, we were healthy, we were fit, we were doing all the right things, and we still got this sick. And like Ash said earlier, they knew what they were doing when they targeted the vagus nerve, because it controls. And that's, if you read the book by Dr. Brian Artis, COVID-19, he has screenshots of the DNA trails that was done in Italy and France of the spike protein, which we know is in COVID. And the DNA evidence actually showed that spike protein came from 2 rare snakes in China that were crossbred. These 2 rare snakes, Chinese crate snake and a cobra snake. And so this is snake venom. That's what COVID is. And it also mimics radiation sickness, which lowers your cellular voltage. So we go back to that bioelectric body that we were all completely pulled away from. That knowledge was literally lobotomized from medical experts. Oh, and somebody says, you did not explain what that thing is in that little bottle. Let's talk about it again. So plant spray, if you're
it's a molecular formulation of plants, 44 of the top plants on planet Earth. Yes. The top molecules from each plant combined, extracted with their frequency into one formulation. That is the body. It's more than bioavailable. We talk about supplements being bioavailable. This was created directly for us. Our body instantly recognizes what to do with this. Everyone's different. Every one of our bodies, it's going to go exactly where your body needs it.
Incredible.
You could even go have an old injury. You can feel it working there. It's wild.
Hey, I can speak to that really quick too. In my skiing accident, I severed 2 nerves to my foot. And, I looked into stem cells, because they were like, stem cells are going to be the, and of course, stem cell, you got to get down to different places, whatever. But, you're looking at it, the cheapest I think I found was like almost $20,000, right?
Yeah.
I got this spray. Now, I'm not saying like my foot, I have drop foot and my nerves don't work and I cannot lift my foot up like this, right? But I have had in the last 2 months more feeling come back, like where my foot was completely dead because the nerves were severed. It's now like it's asleep with the tingling.
What?
And I swear,
Amazing.
and I can start to flicker that foot just a little bit, and it's, you know, and it's because and I thought about this, Ash, and I never brought it up to you and said anything, but I was like, it's the stem cells in there. I guarantee they're going there. I've been spraying it right on where the cut actually was as well. So, yeah, hey, I just had to throw that out there. A little bit of a testimonial of what my foot is doing. That was completely dead.
And I want to make sure everybody knows there's no stem cells in the formulation. So what this does is it encourages our own body to increase our own production of stem cells, which, like at my age, in my 50s, I'm not making stem cells, but now I can feel these repair cells happening. And so we increase our own ability to create new baby stem cells by 300% on the spray.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's incredible. So if we just believe in God's design and how he created us, but also, like, for me, that was really hard to do because, like, knowledge has actually been hidden from us. So if you don't know how your body is actually designed because you've been lied to by the medical system for so long, oh, you need to remove that organ, it's dead now, you know, all the lies they tell for profit. Makes me so mad. Yeah. Then you don't actually know your body can regenerate, and these stem cells you have can regrow, and it's called telomeres, right, Ash?
Yeah, the telomeres are on the ends of the stem cells, but actually this doesn't work like that. It actually creates new baby cells. So it's actually brand new cells, which is wild.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's just so good for the body.
Amazing. Well, we've got some questions on how to order this. So if you aren't connected with us on Facebook, if you are, that's just ping us a message. If you're not, text Ash. You can text her this little word, quantum stream, so she knows where you came in from. And there's a link as well, but the link can be confusing. So I really encourage you to text Ash, have her just walk you through the process. You can do a monthly subscription. I believe it's $3.59 is what the 4-pack with creams. We haven't even talked about the cream. The cream's amazing. Like, I don't even wear makeup anymore. Like, there's no foundation at all that I wear. And it looks like I'm wearing it because my skin is so nice. And all I do is I put that cream on day and night. And also, I don't know if you guys have had this symptom, it's more shedding. So I think it was the second week I started the plant spray. The heels of my feet began to, like, just unpeel. And now, like, if I could show you, it's like I have new feet. I won't put my feet on camera.
Put them on there. Put them on. Everybody be screenshotting it.
Sell Julia's feet on whatever. No, okay.
No, we'll have a whole different demographic of audience.
We sure would. Oh my goodness.
I'd be one of them. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'd be screenshotting that. Just kidding.
Here's Scoop taking a sly screenshot. Oh my goodness. But it's like I have all new skin on the bottom of my feet now. Like, it's pink. It was red because the skin was, like, peeling really deeply in some places. But it's the heel of my foot. It's under my toes. Like, it's just so much has actually just completely came off me. And nothing, no remedy, no supplement, nothing I ever did that. And I know your feet carry, you know, the history, the memory of, like, all your organs. Like, we see that in Chinese medicine, and it's how God designed the body. So your organs connect to all these different places in your feet. But, like, the heels of my feet are still peeling. And when I put my feet up at night, like, I'll see it, I'll feel it. It's just, like, dropping off. It's insane. So it does. Yeah. Go ahead, Scoop.
Sorry. I had to say this about the eye revive as well. So the stomach. So this will help the guy with the stomach thing. I was having Ash reached out to me and she said, there it is. She's holding it up. She said to me, how are you doing on the spray? And I said, Ash, the anxiety's gone, the face, but I said, my stomach is, and she said, go eat the eye revive. I go, what? I go, what? Because I got you, when you order the 359 pack, you get like 3 of them. I'm like, face thing, right? She goes, no, you can actually take a piece of bread or a cracker, spread it on and eat it. This blew my mind. I was like, I can't do that. She's like, I'm telling you, go do it right now. Remember, Ash? And so I'm on the phone. I go in, I take a piece of bread, I toast it, and I spread this eye revive on. I was like, I was afraid to do this. I'm like, I'm going to do it. I revive, and I'm telling you, this is my right hand I'm a Taurus, and I'm a very honest, loyal, straight shooter. And I'm telling you, within a half an hour, I had the most relief that I ever had in my stomach up to that point. The most relief. Now, it didn't fully take it away. So I did it a couple more times. And with the spray, that's where I said, like, in the last 2 weeks, that I almost completely got rid of it. But you can eat the actual stuff for your face. It's crazy.
It is. And this is completely plants, guys. Like, this is, again, just plants. It's molecular plants. It's spun at a high rate of speed. It is food grade. It removes wrinkles, age spots, issues with the skin that you might have to go to a doctor for. I've had a mole fall off. You can eat it for GERD or indigestion. This stuff is incredible. It's incredible. I have people putting it on their eyelids and they're throwing away their reader glasses. I'm not exaggerating. Go into the testimony groups and read what people are going through with this cream. You can put it everywhere. Everyone loves it.
Insane. Amazing. Well, I want to talk about the other piece of this, which we haven't even talked about much on this channel. I want to make sure we cover it because I get a lot of comments where people are like, I can't afford this. And honestly, it pays for itself. And it's done that for all three of us. And I want to talk about that opportunity. And I will tell you, like, I was somebody that was very much like anti-MLM, like, don't try to hit me up in the DMs and sell me anything. But this is totally different. It is a healing mission. It's incredible. Like, when my friends all become affiliates, and they eventually do, because I feed this stuff to them. I'm not even joking. Then it's like, okay, I'm going to sit back and just praise God, because I see God send people to these people that need healing. It's incredible. God's done it with me, Ash, Scoob. Like, he's directly sent us people that have needed like healing ministry. And I've prayed for people. We all have, we've spoken life into people. We've helped them. And healing is very much a part of Jesus's ministry, but you see that right all through the Bible. It's just like he healed the sick, he cast out demons, and he prayed and he taught. Like, he did those three things. And often it was like healing he started with when he went into a town. And it's just incredible that like this almost becomes a ministry when you see it work for yourself, which I highly recommend. Like, start with you, because when you see it work for you, I mean, you won't be able to shut up about it. It's incredible. When I started, one of my new friends, not a new friend, she's been a friend for a while, but she just started, she's new to iHercules, and she just started using it. And she literally tells me within, I think, 4 days, I gave her a bottle because our 3-year-old got her sick and I felt bad. I'm like, I'm going to give you the greatest cure that exists besides Jesus. It's this stuff here, take it. So dropped off her house. 5 days later, she texted me. She's like, I ran out and this is not good. I need more.
And I also want to add, it is super important, guys, that you purchase from the person that told you about it, like Julia and Scoob. They're here on the stream today because it's important who you do sign up with, because you're going to get training. You're going to get a person that you can talk to daily. You don't want to just Google it and buy it, because you really need that ongoing support. It's super important.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
That's a great mention. Yeah. So let's talk about that side of it, is how you can actually like get started selling it. And one thing that we kind of came up with, and if my camera dies, I'll switch to my other camera. So FYI, one thing we kind of came up with recently is building our own testimonial websites. Ash has done this. Scoob has done this. We're about to launch mine. And Scoob is actually doing this for people at an extremely affordable rate. Like, I think it's like $250 a site you're doing it for, Scoob?
$299, yep. And then that's with the actual site, with the site with it. But you can also use a form that I build. It's a really awesome form, and it's $199. So yeah, you can combine the two or do it separate.
Amazing. So we'll talk about all of that here, because I want to share with you that opportunity where when you start to use this product and you see it work for yourself, and it's like so much more than a product, like it's all encompassing blood cleanse is what it is, which is like, that's insane. That's in a bottle. Thank you, Jesus. It exists. The fact that we have it is incredible. So when you start using it, you see it work for yourself, you're going to want to tell others, and you make referral commissions every single time you do. And it's to the point where it's paid for itself for me, like times 10 at this point. And I did not get in it for the money. None of us did. We got in because we desperately needed healing. And it was like, this will cure us. Sounds weird. Okay, what? It works this well. So we all went through that journey. And now, we just can't shut up telling others because so many people are sick. What's happening in America with these pandemics is very much horrific. It's going to keep crippling our health. Even the youngest and the strongest of us, which it seems to target first, which is crazy. And we're going to continue to see, it's over 30 million Americans have long COVID. The government shut down the research department for all of that. The government's no longer funding any research on even what long COVID is. And it's really your cells. Ash and I have talked at length about this. It's your cells stuck in this inflammatory state. Yeah. And then you go in that state and things start to shut down. Your nervous system starts to react constantly. It's 24/7. And I've talked to people that are like, well, it's unhealed trauma. I just need to go through DNRS. And what's really crazy is I think DNRS is a pre-COVID solution. I don't think it takes into consideration any of the actual health attacks that COVID brought on us. And I was recently talking someone through that because I did DNRS myself. And the whole time I did it, I remember I was like pacing the floor. You repeat these things, you do the POPs, you look at where your source of stress comes from. And my whole body, I could just feel it was screaming at me. No, this is not a brain problem. This is a body problem. And you need actual medical help. But you can't turn to the medical industry for that help. No. So let's talk about the side of it where people can actually make commission, share this, make money from it. And is that worldwide? Is that something everyone can do? Ash, take it away.
All right. Well, again, like you guys, I did not get in this to do a business, but when I found out there was a business attached to it, I knew I had an obligation to share it because it's like Julia said, when you experience such profound recovery, you are going to talk about it. And so the first thing I did was talk to my husband about it. And now his arterial plaque is gone. He's not here to give his testimony, and I don't want to give his, but I can tell you that the cardiologist assistant called our house and said, whatever you're doing, don't stop doing it. Your blood work is pristine. This is a man who has a stent, been through a lot, heart patient, amazed. He was a skeptic until then. Now he's got a spray in his truck, on the nightstand, on the end table in the living room. Like he sprays and tells everyone at the job site about it. So the opportunity is fantastic. It's a win-win for everyone. So the owners of this company, I've met them in person in Dallas last October, and they're good people that basically came out of retirement to do this. They love humanity and they care about the status of people's health and their wealth. And so they give 71% of commissions back to the affiliates in this company, which is unheard of. So what we do is we share because we care. It's called compassion with compensation. So whether you're at your church, whether you're at your, bingo, whatever, whether you're talking to your neighbors or you have a presence online, you're just letting people know that there's another way. There's another way. And when they choose to get the sprays, if you get 2 people involved and they become affiliates, that pays for your sprays. Your sprays are free. And anything above that, you're actually making an income. So, it's a beautiful, beautiful, nobody loses in this. Everybody wins. So I've shared it with, 80 people, and they've shared so many. So it's at 12,000 people in 1 year. And Julia is blowing my mind. Julia is sharing with everybody. And I think she's shared it with over 80 in like the first 2 months. So
I didn't mean to. I was just like, hey, something actually worked.
We have to get this around the world. But we have not had our global expansion yet, but we're going to very imminently. So if you're around the globe, please know that the rescue mission is coming to you quickly. And Scoob is sharing, and he's got his own testimony group. So we're all just really excited about the fact that you can make an income, guys, on just helping other people get their life back.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And Scoob, talk through how we kind of figured out. So when people try to Google this, they often get led astray. There's not that much info out there. They kind of feel I mean, for me, it was my journey in a nutshell. I felt worried. I felt more anxiety. And when you're already in that state, it's really difficult. So what we see that works really well, and we're seeing this, I'm about to launch a site that'll do the same, is to share your personal story, how this helped you. Or you could even take our story, how this helped a friend, how this completely changed our lives. And if you don't have yours yet, because yours is on the way, you just have to keep going with it. And then at the end of that story, share an order form, actually get people to share their information, and then you guide them through the process of ordering, because the order process is, I think it's like 35 steps. It's very comprehensive. You have to choose multiple options. The options can get very overwhelming, confusing to go through. So that's one of the best ways we found to share it with other people. And Scoob is now doing this for people, where he's building the site for them.
Yeah. So I come in, same deal. Like I just come in God first and was like, oh my gosh, like I just want to heal. I got healed. And then it's like and I've always been good at building one-page sales funnels. That's what I have done. That's my thing. And that's how I got sick, being on this computer. And I looked at how you order this through the actual site for this. And it's a little frictiony. It has a lot of pages. And I was like, how can we streamline this down and make this just easy for everybody? Really simple, right? And that's when I created this thing, what I call one-page funnel, website, whatever you want to call it. You can call it a website. Some people don't know that term, funnel, but it's real simple and it's real easy. Keep it simple, stupid, the old KISS method in marketing. And that, right? And so you just got them right down on this simple page that just gives the testimonials to this. These testimonials come like easy, because it's just crazy. Like it'll blow your mind. The testimonies that come for this, I can just speak on many of them. And so, it just tells about the product, and then allows a form to be attached to that just makes it really easy for anybody you share it with to sign up so simply. There's no friction there, and they can get through, because a lot of times with the other method, it's a little, like I said, frictiony. So if you get some friction, you get confused and overwhelmed, and you want to back out,
And so that's again why it's important to sign up with the right person, so that you guys get some support instead of just finding some random site on the internet and signing up. It really does matter, like I said before.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm so glad I found you two. Right? If it wasn't for you two, I wouldn't. That's my support team now. I have people now I'm supporting, right? And I love. And I'm now come back and help you guys too say, hey, let's clean up this the way they order, because we can make this so much easier for people.
Yeah. So how can someone contact you? We got a couple people in the comments that want to get this, share it with others. I need this for my health as well as sharing it to others. So how can people contact you, Scoob, to have you build these websites for them once they get their affiliate link? Because first you have to sign up. So sign up, get your plant spray. Yep. Then you'll sign up as an affiliate. You'll have that option. How to do that, I'm going to throw the banner up here on the screen. Text Dash or reach out to either one of us on Facebook Messenger. Great way to get us. So once you're signed up, you have the plant spray coming, or you have it already. How could they get in touch with you, Scoob, to build a website?
Yeah, I mean, all the way you can reach. So the quickest and easiest way for me, you can reach my phone number, which is 814-330-2058. You can just text me. I'm on Messenger.
814, say that again.
Oh, yeah, saying it fast. 814-330-2058. 330-2058. Area code 814.
Put that on the screen. Text Scoob and build a site.
Absolutely.
Build your affiliate site.
And then, you can hit me. If you look up Scoob or John Leisdorfer on Messenger, you can hit me there. And my email is mxscoob. So Scoob like Scooby-Dooby-Doo, Michael Xylophone Scoob, mxscoob@gmail.com. And just reach out to me, and I'll run you all through it, show you exactly how it works, and give you a demo of it. And it's a really awesome, beautiful system to go along with this, along with the healing, right?
Yes. Amazing. And this is a great opportunity. I've actually had a lot of people come to me too that are like, how do you make money in this day and age? Can I make money with AI? And I'm like, well, AI, the route I will teach you, and I'll teach you how to do it, but it'll take some time. Whether it's a passive YouTube channel, you automate, all these things take a lot of time. They take some energy and effort. So first, you better have your health. So if you have your health, which you will have through the plant spray, like it's really just a matter of time. It heals this, like, I can't tell you the wide array of stories I see it heal, whether it's like the COVID or tumors in your system or kidney failure or end stage this, that, the other, eye problems, parasites, microplastics, heavy metals. I mean, it gets rid of all those things because it cleans the blood. And once the blood is clean, it's like all the organs work the way it should. It's like, if you have no electricity in your kitchen, well, you can't turn anything on. If you don't have clean blood, how are your organs going to function as well as they can? So it's incredible how, we're all so diverse, yet we all run the same. We have bioelectric fields, we have blood, we have the same organs. So we're all humans, and humans need to have clean blood, especially in this day and age. If you live in America and you live under the chemtrails and you're experiencing microplastics in literally everything, like it's a matter of time. I hate to say it, but it really is. So when you have something like this, a solution like this, like I am telling people that come to me and they're like, how do I make money? I'm like, okay, are you sick? Okay, you're not sick. Awesome. Sell this right now. And if you're sick, start with it yourself and then sell it, because I think this is actually a better route and a quicker route than any other route I could think of to help to tell you to make some money right now.
Absolutely.
Actually helping people heal. Just
helping them heal. Yeah.
Such a positive thing to do in the world right now when you're doom scrolling and you're seeing all this thing going on. This is something you can do to change someone's life, and you get paid on Fridays, every Friday. And so it's not like you're having, if you're worried about bills and you know people who are sick, all you got to do is just share it. And then, God will take care of you. He will make sure there's a blessing attached. I think we can all agree there is a major blessing attached when you're sharing. God is our supplier. And so, it's just been a huge blessing for my family, and anyone can do it. But like Julia said, get your own spray first and get your own testimony. Write down your symptoms, because you can start scratching them off as they go away. And then you're able to confidently share.
Yes.
And believe me, it won't take long. You'll be on this. Get it when you get it yourself. It will be within a week. Everybody that I help, my family, they're instantly within a week. Like they're going, I want to help everybody with this. I want to get it out to the world. It's just going to happen. This is the way it is. This stuff is so good. It's unbelievable. And I was a complete skeptic at first. Skeptic.
Yeah, same here. When you're that sick and you try so many things, it's like, oh, come on.
Yeah. Exactly. And I was the same with the MLM. I was like, and now I'm just like, and it's just crazy the people that are coming to me that just how they find me, and it is through God. They're leading me here because I hear the stories.
It is through God. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I would love to say this so I get it out there on because she said I could use this to say this testimonial, and this will help a lot of people, I think, and it blew my mind. Touching on what we're talking about, someone just said, I'm just going to buy, but this person, an older lady, 65, she had done everything, and she had really bad cholesterol. Remember I was telling you about this, Ash? I don't know if I told you about it, Julia. And she says she was a well-off entrepreneur, really good, well-off, did really good in her, in her businesses, and she would have her blood taken out every, I forget what it was. I'm, paraphrasing on stuff here, the exact time frames, but she would pull that blood out, and she had really bad LDL her whole life. And she says it looks like butter. When you have bad LDL, she would literally have it pulled out, re-cleaned.
Her plasma.
Plasma, exactly. And then put it back in. She said, and she's tried everything in her 65 years, and she's in the health field. She's in the health field. She was on a water fast for years and stuff, crazy stuff. Anyhow, 1 week on the spray, she goes, it's blowing my mind. She said, I went in to go get this procedure I get done to see my cholesterol I forget how long. It's been like 10 years or something. She's been doing this now. Every time looks like butter. She said 1 week on the spray, she goes, it's blowing my mind. She said, I went in, got it taken out. My cholesterol looked exactly like a normal person's. It literally cleaned her cholesterol from the inside out. She was like, it's blowing my mind. I was like, I was crying with her. I was like, this is just crazy. Like, and she's like, you can share that with the world. She's like, I'll never, she's like, I'm such a believer now because I've tried everything to clean. And her cholesterol levels, I forget the numbers, were crazy. She's like, and that's what led her down the path of trying every supplement, because she was afraid of having a heart attack, which that's a whole different rabbit hole if that really does that, but it doesn't matter. Bad cholesterol is bad cholesterol, and this spray cleaned it. So I wanted to put that out there.
Awesome.
Incredible story. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Somebody says, try it. Timothy McCoy, I know he's a user of the plant spray faithfully. Just try it on your sick pets. They're either sick or they're well. There's no placebo.
That's it.
That's true.
Love it.
Story about that. I think you used it on your dog, right?
Yeah, I actually use it in my, I have rescue dogs. I have 3 rescue dogs and they're all different. And so I've been spraying them three sprays a day in their cheek. And I've noticed my blind dog is now navigating his way up 2 flights of stairs. And I also used our patches. We have these beautiful frequency patches, which I put on their collars, and the patches come in 19 different varieties. The one I used on my dog was the, it's called the Going Viral, which has frequencies of ivermectin and fenbenzidol and hydroxychloroquine in them. So he had a tumor on his eye that was like pushing into the orbit of his eye, the orbital area. And I put them on his collar, and within, I would say 2 months, 60 days, that tumor had completely disappeared and it's gone. So I'm seeing amazing things. And I use the patches. I have the weight loss patch on now, and I have the Crave Away patch on now. And I'm in menopause, so it's really hard to get the needle to move when you're in your 50s or whatever. But I've lost 6 pounds in the last 2 weeks, which is, for me, I haven't changed anything. So that's exciting to me.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Amazing. And I see people in the comments suggesting, herbs, veggies, don't get the vax. I mean, yeah, that's
a given.
Yeah, that's a given. I saw a senator on TV saying, if you were to take one of those today, I would question your mental health. I'm like, wow, state senator on national television. About time.
Yeah.
I just want to speak to that for a second. So I was like eating super organic, clean. I actually went to an Eastern medicine doctor, had my own herbs formulated specific to my body, like muscle testing. And I'm telling you, 6 months of that, and it was like not moving the needle. It wasn't touching what I was going through. So like, this is specifically for people that are in a place that they've either had multiple diagnoses, they've had strange things happen that doctors can't treat. Doctors will tell you, this is in your head, you've been dismissed. Like, that's where all 3 of us were. We were in that space. And when you're in that space, it is your bioelectric field. And that's why food won't touch it. And I can tell you, like, because I was doing it all. I was eating super clean. I went carnivore for 8 months to heal the adrenals, and that helps. But I never got rid of like just all the lasting problems. I wasn't driving for a year. I wasn't out of bed for 11 months. So this was what really brought me out. And it's the blood cleansing effects that you really benefit from when you're in a place where you're that sick. So I did want to speak to that because, when you're healthy, I think, I've told people, like, eat more cilantro, that's a heavy metal chelator. You can do things with food, but when you get really sick and you don't want to get that sick. So this is even a great preventative. Like, my whole family's on it. My husband's not sick. He's been on it since last August. So it's also a great preventative. But when you are that sick, like, food is not going to touch it. And even like, the Eastern medicine and the herbal remedies, and that did not touch it for me. And I was doing it all. This is what really changed the needle. So if you're in that place, or someone in that place, and they're being dismissed by doctors, they're being told it's in their head, like, get this information to them, share this with them. I can't tell you the amount of people now, like, tagging me, whether it's like a famous person that's sick or their brother-in-law or their friend, and they're all like facing these mystery illnesses. Like, suddenly you have Bell's palsy out of nowhere and you're paralyzed, and what? So that's what we're talking about. That mystery illness, which is COVID related.
And I want to speak to your audience too here about your bodies, because like I said before, we know our body, right? So all of us probably on this panel here, we've experienced where you're walking in a room and you forget why you walked in there. And you can just say, well, if it happens once or twice, whatever, but it becomes a real problem that you're walking in and you're forgetting what you're doing. You're having trouble driving. My handwriting was even different. Like, something was wrong. And I felt like my heart was just fluttering, or tachycardia. You've all been through this. And blood pressure dysregulation, or shivering, coat hanger pain, problems in the shoulders, nervous system, fight or flight. You're being chased by a lion and you always feel that way and you can't get rid of it. That's not normal. That's not in your head. And when you have dirty, sticky, coagulated, poisoned blood, there is no potion, no peptide, no green drink, no powder. Nothing can fix that until you clean the blood. And then when your blood is clean, God has created us to heal.
Yeah, it is that simple and that hard.
Yeah.
You said to me one time, Ash, you can't out supplement dirty blood. I remember it always stuck with me when you told me that, and I was like, wow, that's so true. I will say, I just noticed in the comment that MMTEODOR said, I will ask ChatGPT to help me find the right person to tell me how to get it. Don't do that. You're on it right now. You can find it right here. Like, contact me or Ash. There you go. There you go. Just 843-780-939. You never know where ChatGPT will take you. Don't go there.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, and I am the biggest AI user, but it's like these tools have guardrails to not tell you the truth about your health. And I found that because I was using it to self-diagnose, and it was certainly very helpful. But when it came to, like, what Dr. Brian Artis was saying and snake venom, it actually told me to go seek mental help if I was going to further chat with it, because you sound like you're sick in the head.
Wow.
My favorite LM told me that. So yeah, do not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be better in the beginning. They had so many parameters on it, but it's now not good,
Oh, crazy.
And I want to say this too. I didn't tell anybody this, you, Julie or Ash, that I have a 50 to 70% blockage in my heart that they found about a year ago. And I'm going on February 10th to get a new CAT scan of it. And so if you want to reach out to me and just hear and just kind of follow along, I didn't tell nobody this yet. I'm going February 10th. I'm going to get the scan done, and I'm very anxious to see what happens. And I would love to report that to everybody just in some way, that it's completely gone, because that's the way it's going to be, right?
Amazing. Wow.
Yep.
Well, it'll be restored one way or another, whether it's you see it completely gone or, reversed, starting to go in the other direction. I mean, you're going to see. So that's incredible.
Absolutely.
Please keep us posted. I can't wait to hear how that goes. And that's Valentine's Day. So what a perfect.
That's right. I forgot. I didn't even think about that.
And it's my birthday. It's extra special.
Look at that. That's
awesome.
So
this picture of my hand, Julia, you might want to share that. That's just 2 weeks into the spray. This is like 14 days, guys. That just shows you our vascular system and what kind of stress our whole vascular system's under right now. So when you clean your blood, it just makes a big difference. That's my hand. Sorry, I don't do nails or jewelry.
That's incredible. No, the proof is really in the pudding, and we're all living proof. We're living proof of the goodness of God, because I can tell you, and I tell so many people this to find me, if you don't put your trust in God first, you may never succeed with this product, because it is so off market and it's so off the beaten path. And like, I actually went and I got my Eastern medicine doctor, who I was trusting at the time, but really wasn't doing much to move the needle, just supplements for 6 months that were very expensive. And she muscle tested me for this. And she's like, your body doesn't want it, and like, so every single doctor is going to be against it. And sometimes you even have to hide it from them, which is horrible. But that's the world we live in. Yeah. So you really have to put your trust in the creator of life and know that he created plants. He put them on earth for our healing. And if your hope and your trust is in God, it's in the right place. Like, he won't let you down. He did not let any of us down. We're walking in total healing. We're going to continue to see more healing happen in our bodies and our lives. Like, I definitely am declaring that for you, Scoop. When you walk in there, like, you're going to see proof of healing. I believe that. And sometimes it starts there. It starts with the belief that you can heal. And if you've been like us, like Ash went through 3 years of this, like, she's one of the strongest people I think I know. I can't imagine going more than 12 months, which is what I was doing.
Yeah.
11-month mark, all this changed for me.
Yeah. And what's helped me believe a little bit, and I am believing, and that is because when you're under all the fear and anxiety of before I was on the spray because of all the medical PTSD and the EMS and everything causing these fight or flight responses. You can't believe them because you're just it's in the Bible. Under fear, you're stuck, you're in friction. And so this freed me up and allowed me to now just be relaxed and calm. And I know that I can heal now, and I can believe in that healing instead of trying to fight through the friction to get there. Right.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Sure. That's your phrase. Less friction, more
less friction. Yeah. Right back here on the wall.
I love that. So good.
That's
Look at this. I think her name is Susan. I'm not sure. What an incredible comment. So the key is the protocol. Stick with it. I've been doing this for 6 years. Wow. And we'll never be without this food, which, we're talking, if you just joined, it's the plant spray, the cream, and then we all wear the patches as well. I got one right here that neutralizes EMF. You've got the frequency of ivermectin, antiviral properties. They're incredible, incredible products. So she says, I'll never be without this food and no supplements of even kind, not even an aspirin, just these 3 products for 6 years.
Amazing.
Incredible, Susan.
Susan, can you put what your age is? First of all, your hair, is that your natural color? I'm amazed. You're just reverse aging is what's happening. You are literally reverse aging. I'm watching this with folks that have been on the spray this long. They are looking younger, and it's amazing. And I know it has something to do with the body's creating our own stem cells. It's amazing.
That's just mind blowing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's something else. That's something else I noticed really quick was like how my skin felt so much better like a week ago.
Yes.
I even had friends, and a friend of mine, my best friend, his wife said, "You look, what's going on, Scoob? You look." I was like, "I'm in the spray."
I do have to say, your circulation looks really good. Like color to your face.
I can feel that. Yes, I feel it through my whole body. That's
amazing.
And it brings you back to life, So now you want to go. I was just sitting around all, like wanting to lay down constantly. It's just amazing. Yeah. So amazing.
And Jeff Manson, he's a good friend. He's actually in my AI labs, and he just started this spray. We're like this secret cult in my AI school. We all spray together.
That's awesome.
I get to solve my brain fog in 3 days. That's incredible. And I know, Jeff, you've said like your son grabs the bottle and uses it. I think like somebody that works with you, and like you can't keep it around the house. It's just disappearing. So it's incredible that we have a resource like this. And somebody that just joined says, where do we start? So I'm going to throw this back on the screen. If you message any one of us on Facebook, that's a great way to learn more. And you can text Ash directly to get a link and learn how to actually order. Because there's a lot of steps involved. It can be confusing. We want to help guide you through it. So definitely reach out to one of us.
Your initial order, I'll walk you through it over the phone or Scoob, and we can, or Julia, one of us, we can walk you through it and get you going, just get you in the system, get your sprays, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
The lady who's doing it longer than anyone, she's got a video here. I think it's just 1 minute. I don't know if you want to play that or not.
Let's do it.
She's the matriarch of the company. So Susan said she's 76. Oh my, you don't look it.
That's
amazing.
Incredible. Wow. Yeah, let's see if we can play this. I'm not sure if the sound will work. It will. Okay, hold on. And so Ash sent me this. I think it was like the week I ordered, and I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Yep.
So
she's 77 right now. This is a little old, but go ahead.
Hi, I'm Kara Posick. I have been using iHercules for 3 years. I have a whole new body. Honest to God. This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I've been in natural healing and energy medicine more than 50 years. My vascular system, I had a sonogram 2 weeks ago, and my lymph nodes are open and clean. My blood vessels are big and open and beautiful. I have absolutely no plaque in my veins. And I'm 75. And I used to be in a wheelchair, and I can walk with no pain. My blood work is perfect. My hair is natural color. I've lost 50 pounds. I just keep getting younger. And that's what this does. What they say, in 3 years, you have a whole new body. It's true. This is the best thing you can do for yourself. And it takes the place of all the other stuff I've been doing all these years. This is good. This is the best thing you can do for yourself.
Incredible.
That's
So
awesome.
3 years and she's got a new body.
Yep.
Woo.
That's exactly what I thought.
Insane. I feel like we have our hands on something that, like, you see in Hollywood. Well, you kind of either see people wasting away and looking horrible, or you see them like going backwards, you know, like Kim Kardashian's mother suddenly looking 25. And I feel like we, the mass public, has our hands on the same thing that the elites thought they could reserve for themselves. You know, and if you look at the history of this product, like it did come from elite science and research. There's 19 patents Ash was sharing at the beginning pending on this. It's incredible. And so, like, we actually have access to something, you know, this amazing is just blowing my mind. And last year when nothing was working, and then I started using this in November, fired all my doctors, like, I could tell something was actually working. You actually feel it in your spirit. And it's funny because I was carnivore for 10 months. And the week I started the plant spray, I looked and I was eating 2 ribeyes a day. It was crazy. I looked at the steak that my husband just cooked for me, and I was like it looked like dead food. And I have not touched a steak since November 8th, the day I started the plant spray. Like, my entire appetite changed. And it was like, all I wanted was like real food. And like, I love egg yolks and raspberries and walnuts and avocado and pomegranates, and that's all like the food of life. There's so much more life in all of that. So it even changed like my appetite, and it's incredible. So this is, you know, I never say that something's a miracle product. I never thought in my whole life I'd be saying something like that, but I think we can say that about this product because it did that for each one of us. We have that story to tell, which is incredible. So I'm thrilled that we can even share something like this, that we have the honor to share with you guys a resource like this. And I know someone here is not in the US, not in a place where he can get it. I believe they're opening shipping worldwide pretty soon, right, Ash?
Imminently. Contact me so that we can put you in the group so that you can be on top of the progress of all the,
Yes.
Yeah. And I want to say too, that a lot of, at least for the 3 of us here, this was preceded by a prayer, and God is so faithful. And, you know, even when I feel so unworthy, he has never abandoned any of us. And so if you have been praying for something, please know that God does use just different things to answer prayers. And this could be it. This could be the answer he's been leading you towards.
Oh my goodness. Those who spray together, stay together.
I love that.
I love that.
Oh, awesome. Amazing.
You're so right on that, Ash, what you just said. And I will also say this, guys. I've started to realize, I put together a thing called the friction detox. As I realized when I was spraying, the foundation is you still got to build that foundation of good eating. It was reminding me what you said there, Julia, about the steak.
Yes.
Did the same thing. And I put this thing together where I helped heal my stomach right before I started this, or was healing my stomach. It wasn't completely healed with some a protocol. It's not for everyone, but you can check it out. I give it for free. It's just a Google Doc. If you want to, just head over to my Facebook. It's right there in the bio, but it's called the Friction Detox, and it's basically really good olive oil, cayenne pepper, good sea salt, and limes. And when you take that together, it works it's working so well with this spray. Mm-hmm. It just helps rip the inflammation out of your body so quickly. And I just put it all together, the protocols and how much you do of it, right on a Google Doc if you guys are interested.
Amazing. I am so curious, Susan, because your story is just blowing my mind. You're 76. You've been taking this for 6 years. You've like fully restored your body. I'm curious, like, how did you get through COVID? Did you get it? Because, COVID wrecked all of us. Like I'm 33 and it wrecked me. I can't believe my hair fell out. I got like really, really sick. I thought my lungs were giving up on me. And that's, then long COVID set in. And then I really hadn't seen nothing yet. So I'm curious, like, because I believe if we keep our blood clean, I believe we can bypass all of what's coming at us. Because that's literally a precept in the Bible, is the life of the flesh is in the blood. And that's connected to the beautiful picture of Jesus' sacrifice, the living blood that was shed for us. It's the same picture, which is so amazing. So I'm curious if you want to drop in the comments, if you're still listening with us. I think your first name is Susan. I'm really curious, like, how did you get through COVID? Because I want to get through the next pandemic, because they're coming. It's just, we saw it last November, December with the bird flu that RFK was like, oh, look, that came out of a lab. Like it clearly was engineered in this lab that they were messing with chickens and creating swine flus. And like the whole lab was exposed. So the flu, man-made virus, right? And so we know these are coming. So if we have clean blood, like we can survive almost any kind of pandemic coming at us.
That's right.
What would you add to that?
I wanted to say, I just was looking in the comments. Someone was asking about declining kidneys. Unfortunately, we're not able to make claims and of other people's testimonies, but I can encourage you to get into our testimony communities, our testimony groups, because you will be shocked and in awe of what of the things we can't say. We can't say what you know, what this really can do for other people. We can tell our own stories, but people that have told their own stories in the testimony groups are very open with that issue. So yeah, I would head in there. This is, our bodies can recover. If we have clean blood, everything can recover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Susan did comment.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was just going to say, she commented. Look at that.
Wow.
Saved
She
her.
worked on people. It's what saved her.
Wow.
Praise saved her.
It is.
You just hear these testimonials over and over and
Over and
over and over and over. It just never stops. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Timothy's right. Our bodies are the true miracle. This is molecular food that allows our body to do what God created us to do, but we can't do it because we're so poisoned. So this is this is for this time. I believe it's for this time. This was introduced in the United States in 2019, so prophetically. And that is exactly when we needed it.
Incredible. Incredible. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up. I think we covered just about everything, and we want to keep doing this, guys. So if you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe to Quantum Healing Mysteries on YouTube. If you're watching this on our Facebook channels, so glad you found us. And here's a quick comment coming in. Why not clean your blood with food, doing low-carb whole foods and natural autophagy? So we covered this earlier. Ash, do you want to speak to it? And I'll speak to it too.
Sure. It's just not the same. It's not the same. Unfortunately, our food isn't what it was 30 years ago. We're not going to, unfortunately, we're not able to get the same nutrients we could. Go ahead, Julia.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was doing all the things, and Scoop was too. We were healthy. We're athletic. I did intermittent fasting every single day. I was both keto and vegan and raw food, fully organic. And I still got long COVID and almost freaking died at 33. What the frick? So what I learned is like, we don't have minerals in our soil. We've lost, I think, 60% of the mineral content in the last 3 decades, the Biblio diet by Jordan Rubin. And Josh Axe talks about that. So you take that, then you take the chemtrails sprayed over foods and us every day. You take EMF, you take smart meters, Wi-Fi, routers, electric cars, all of that's on the rise. That sends dirty electricity into the air that we cannot escape. It's hitting our body constantly. Then you look at microplastics, which are literally put in food and water. You look at what's happening with organic food. The farmlands are being bought up. They're under the organic label. You know, Whole Foods is owned by Amazon. And we've got Appeal, which is created by Bill Gates. We've got, I could go on and on and on. Like, I've learned way too much. Even our toilet paper has like nanoparticles on it. It was bought out by the same companies. So they're literally on purpose working on ruining the health and vitality of America so we can become a controlled society. It is a plan. So that's why Whole Foods will not cut it. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you, fasting would have been horrible, because I was going to do that too and try to get autophagy going. Would have been horrible for me as a female with cycles and adrenals very low. Horrible. The other terrible advice was doing a cold plunge. Horrible advice. So there's like a lot of bad advice from the whole biohacking world that does not give you the flow. It actually creates friction. It creates the stress reaction, which is not what your body needs. When you wake up, because you live in America, you are in a stress state. You're being hit by dirty electricity. And if your lifestyle doesn't include like daily workouts, daily sweating, going and sourcing food that has never been touched by chemtrails or sprays of glyphosate and microplastics in your water. And like one thing Scoop and I are talking about is the water. You know, like this is the only water in a glass bottle I can find. So I try to avoid microplastics, right? And now I just learned that this stuff was tested and it's full of arsenic.
Yep.
I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
Yep.
Where do you go for clean water and clean food? So if
Almost.
I have this.
I know. And I failed to mention that these come from first of all, back to the folks that in the comments. So this goes directly to the blood. It doesn't go through our leaky gut. So we're not digesting a lot of this food because of high processed seed oils. We have real leaky guts. And so even if you're shoveling produce, organic produce that they say is organic, down your throat, you could not even get close to getting something directly into your bloodstream 3 or 4 times a day. That's just a whole, and this is sourced not in the United States. The plants come from the Carpathian region in Europe in a blue zone where there's no pesticides. So it's just, there's nothing that really compares.
Incredible. And I wish beyond anything, you know, that person commenting was right. Like just eat whole foods. Cause it used to be like that. I can tell you 2018, like I got rid of all my autoimmune stuff because I had all these shots before I went to nursing school because I was going to try to be a doctor. Thank God. Avoided that.
Woo. You're calling, Julia.
Oh my goodness. Well, now you know I'm Dr. McCoy on YouTube, so I guess it all.
And I'd like to say something, if you guys don't mind, real quick about that too. What I found out with your comment you made, whole foods and natural autophagy and fasting. Myself personally, I did all that stuff like Julie said too. We both were doing that and we got sick and it all crashed down on us. But what I found was our foundation. This clears your foundation. I've gone back to that stuff now, and it's 1,000% better. We're reversed. You're in a vicious cycle, and you need to clean the foundation first because your foundation's all cluttered and built on sand. And it's blown away. Them things matter. But them things matter after you get the foundation built. You clean yourself with this. This is what, you know, what has helped us. And now, yes, I'm slowly coming back to fasting, to red light therapy, to saunas and everything. And it's 1,000% better now. It's not just taking something away for a second and then 2 days later I'm completely gone. It's adding to this clearing.
So true. Great point. Yeah. And I've seen, like, I cannot tolerate any kind of processed food. Like, it's just like, ooh.
It's like, I even look at it, I'm like, ooh.
I know. It's extra bad because your blood is getting clean. And so it's like your body knows. Your body is created with so much self-awareness and intelligence. And the more I've been learning about that, it's just been completely blown away. Like, you know, yesterday I was learning, a doctor came over to my house that specializes in, I don't know, some kind of quantum craziness. Literally, like I've been talking to so many incredible people and it's like, this is not mainstream. It's not in any book. I really believe God's bringing knowledge back to us in these times. Like I've seen it myself just with the plant spray, right? And so this doctor comes to my house. Oh, she was a doctor of divinity and she knew all about biofields and the bioelectric body too. So it was like part of her studies. Incredible. So she brings all these tuning forks, like these are my friends, I love it, and testing my biofield. And she tells me, like, in your biofield, which is your energetic field, your heart projects up to 3 to 10 feet away, which if you think about that 6 feet rule they did over COVID.
Yep.
Oh boy. So our biofield reaches within 3 feet from our heart. And this electromagnetic field can pull in pathogens or push them out, and it can connect to somebody else's energy, boost their energy. Like there's so much power in being around people that lift you up. Like literally, it's a literal thing, not just woo-woo. And so she was telling me, like, in our biofield, we can pull in pathogens. And if you clear your biofield, which is frequency, you can't see that, then you can get rid of pathogens before they even turn into microbes that replicate. And then when I study the book we have, which is this 400-page book on the Hebrew body, it's incredible. It's like principle number 1, the blood must be clean. And I'm like, oh, this is incredible. So that's a doctor we're actually going to have on the show. And I can't wait to tell him about the spray. He doesn't know about it yet. Huh?
That's awesome.
And I know. And he was raided over COVID and they stole $100,000 of frequency equipment from him because he was like set to heal people. And it's just incredible that, you know, we don't have to go and look for solutions and go overseas and do what the elites are doing and spend tons of money. Like, we can literally have a solution in our own kitchen, in our own home that does this. That's incredible.
Less than a copay to the ER. And I was at the ER all the time with irregular heartbeat and high blood pressure and all the things. I was constantly driving myself to the ER because it got to the point, I'm so embarrassed to say, that my husband was like, you can drive yourself this time. So sick. And everybody was so fatigued with me being sick. So I was just like, okay, I'm just going to drive myself. And if I die along the way, it is what it is. But
we can laugh about it now. I'm telling you this. I know.
I can relate to that too. My almost 80-year-old dad's looking at me going, dude, what are you doing? Like, I'm like, Dad, I'm not making this up. There's something going on in my body. And I just drove myself. He's like, I'm going to take, and I was like, I'm just driving myself. I'm going, you know? And the thing I can say too, and the money thing, it's like that does come up for some people, and I get it, is like, I found, and Julia just talked about when you start on this stuff, you eliminate all the processed foods, which are they put stuff in them to get you addicted to them. So you want more and more and more. And you won't believe the money you'll save on the way you're eating, because you don't need to eat as much as you actually think. How they train us, so to speak, or whatever, to believe that we need to have all this food throughout the day. And we don't, right? We have one of them right here. And when you start this, you won't believe how much your food will dissipate how much you eat a day. That's a lot of money you save, you know? Yeah.
So true. Mm-hmm. I was talking to somebody, she's like, how do you afford, 12 bottles a month? Because my protocol is intensive. Yeah. This is what I live on. And I'm like, I'll tell you how. I fired all my doctors, all the doctors that are outside insurance, all the doctors that are inside insurance, and I freed up all kinds of money.
That's right. And supplements, all the supplements and all the,
it can all go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And somebody is saying the website is really hard to use. So just text Ash or find one of us on Facebook. We'll actually help you through that process. You don't have to use the site. It is very difficult. When I was sick and Ash found me, I found Ash. I was literally praying and I looked up the word quantum on Facebook. I kid you not. I found her group and I found her and she found me. And she placed the order for me because I was just like, you're sick. You're at the end of your rope. You're frustrated. Your nervous system's in distress. So we'll help you.
Yeah. And they also said no one gives any customer service. Yes. Reach out to us. The Ash is one of the best I've ever seen. I'll help you every way. And if I don't, I'll ask Ash because she knows all the answers. And also, and then if you sign up and you want to sell this yourself, that's what I'll fix. I'll fix the part that makes that so hard that you're seeing right there. For other people, all your family, friends, and the people you are going to help with this, I'll make it really easy for you.
Yes. Incredible. Yeah. And the reason it's a 3-month supply or it's month to month is because, this is a lifestyle. It's a blood cleanse. It's not something you want to just, and like, I've had friends that have tried it. They're like, I need more. I know I need more. And when you start it, you're going to want more because you need more. Your body needs more. Your body's going to be like, what is this nutrition I've never had? Because the soil has no minerals and the water is full of chemicals and aluminum and barium and there's arsenic in water. And so all these things combined just demineralize and they remove and strip our food, which should be full of healthy vitamins and minerals. That's like stripped. And so when your body starts to take this, it's crazy. Like you will tell a difference. It's incredible. It's the nutrition you've never had.
That's right. And I want to just kind of explain, there is a protocol, guys. So our red blood cells live 4 months, about 120 days. So we want to expose these molecules to every blood cell from life to death of every blood cell. So the 4-month blood cleanse is what this is. And so you're going to take this spray under your tongue, 4 sprays, 3 times a day. And you're going to let it sit under the tongue and get into the bloodstream. Now, Julia and Scoob, you're not at your 4 months yet, but like I'm 1 year now, and I'm not going back down to, you can maintain after the 4 months. You can go to 1 bottle a month if you want to. or you could choose to stay on the loading dose, which is what I'm doing. And Julia, you said that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
It just, and it's like Susan there in the comments, the better we've leveled up our spraying, because it is that important. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So I invest in my health so I can run my house. I can help my family and be present again. And that is the most important thing as far as finances that I can do. So I just make it work.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, if you guys have any last questions, comments for us, let us know. I'm so glad you were all here with us. Some people were here the whole hour and 40 minutes almost. So that's amazing.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Yes. Really cool to hang out with you all. And if you're watching the replay, let us know in the comments as well, like where you watched from, so we can interact with you too. Timothy McCoy says he thanks God every day. It's an incredible solution.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Same here.
Same here.
Should we say a prayer?
Yes. Let's wrap with that. Let's all three go. So Ash, you go. Scoob, will you share a prayer, and then I'll wrap up?
Awesome. Okay. Lord Jesus, we just love you. We come to you humbly before you, and we just thank you for everyone who is watching this on the other side of the screen, Lord. We ask that you just descend into their lives and put your hand on them, Lord, and help them recover and know that there is hope. You've sent your beautiful creative creation of plants on the world to help us, Lord. We ask that you open their heart and that you open their mind and let them know they're not alone. They're here for a purpose. You're not done with them yet, Lord. And we ask forgiveness for our sins. And we just thank you so much for everything you've done in our lives. And we thank you for this spray, Lord. It's just another blessing you've given us.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. I mean, I would just go on that because that was very good. And that touching. Thank you, Lord. Amen. I'll pass it to you, Julia.
Amen. Jesus, I just want to come before you, everyone listening, everyone here, everyone that this is meant to reach. They found this for a reason, Lord. And I just see that in what you're doing, and the comments I get late at night where people literally say, I'm at the end of my rope. I've been dealing with this for years. I don't have hope. My husband left me. Like the stories I hear of hope that is lost is unbelievable. And you are restoring hope. You are the God that brings hope back. And I believe that. I've seen that in my life. I've seen you use Ash has been like a second mother to me. I just love her so much. And Scoob is one of the most genuine people I've met. And it's just amazing how you've brought people to me. And I know for a fact that the people listening, they have been brought to your solution with this is what this is. It's something you created. And it says it's the knowledge of kings. We are all kings and queens. If we are in your authority, if we walk in your way, if we have given our life to Jesus, we are your sons and daughters, which means we are kings and queens. And it's the glory of a king to uncover the matter that God has revealed or has hidden. And you said that in your word. And you said as well that heal me and I will be healed. And we just praise your name because you have healed us every day. I don't even know if this is a dream, and I'll wake up because I actually have health coming back when I felt like I was never going to get it again. And so many times the rug was pulled out from under me, so many diagnoses, so many failures. And it's just incredible how you've totally restored me. I owe my life to you, God. And I just pray over everyone here. I pray you'd kick out the spirit of fear. Let fear not stand in anyone's way. Whether it's time for them to invest in this, whether it's time for them to change their lifestyle, whether it's time for them to seek you, we just kick out all the spirits of fear, infirmity, insomnia, and we turn to you in these times, Lord. You are our only hope, and we speak healing. We declare it over everyone listening that may they be healed in your name by your son's blood. We have that right. We have that access to you, and we declare that we believe that for everyone here. Unbelievable healing and an amazing year full of restoring what the locust has eaten for each one of us, Lord. Seeing that in my life, I'm seeing that in the lives of the people here. And you're just an incredible God. And I'm just so thankful that you're giving us your healing mysteries. You are such a good God in these times. You really are. And we praise your name. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. It was so beautiful.
It was.
He's so good. He's so good. And we can trust him. You know, we can give our lives to him in these times and know that he's got us, because ultimately it was like, you know, there's no hope apart from God. And when you have God, you have everything, and he will lead you to the right place. And I'm telling you, like, I know for a fact people have found me that were meant to find me. And it's incredible.
Yes.
I've never done work like this. You know, I do services for people. We build AI. It's incredible what we get to see, but there's nothing that compares to actually seeing somebody get hope again. And we see that every day. And I know Ash and Scoob, you are the same way. You reach people in the same ways. God's using you. And I think Debbie was on here watching. I know God's going to use you, Debbie. She's an affiliate queen. And it's just amazing when God just puts you in a place where you're healed. You're a testimony of healing despite all the odds stacked against us, which are so many. You're a testimony of healing. Like, I'm looking up, I see the freaking chemtrails, but yet I'm healing, you know? So we are testimonies, and we get to share this with other people that need the same healing. That's an amazing thing to do. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here with us. We got people asking when the next one will be. I mean, we should definitely do like at least one of these a month.
we should do it again, because there's a lot of people I've seen in there saying they love this, and they loved it. So we should do it again.
And it's in our hearts, you know, to do this for and with you guys. That's a beautiful verse.
Yeah.
Wow.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. All right, guys. Well, we will wrap up. And if you have any questions, if you're just catching this, if you didn't see, please text Ash. She's amazing. Truly one of the best people as far as like just helping you without any motive. She's incredible. Truly. And then find us on Facebook. You know, Scoob is under another name on Facebook.
John Lansdorfer, but if you type Scoob in it comes up.
Yeah, it's true. I've seen the alternate. Yeah. So find us on Facebook. We're very open to sharing this with you. You know, you can reach any of us, and we will be back. So stay subscribed to this channel. Stay following our profiles. We got, you know, awesome stuff to share with you. This is just a mission that really has just started. I feel like it's a lot many more people to reach. If you think about 30 million people suffering from this just in America, like that's horrifying. We got to help these people. So that's our goal.
That's it.
Amen.
And you can find me on Facebook, Ash Liberty, like the Liberty Bell.
Yes, that's not hard to find.
Nope.
Well, thank you guys for being here with us, and we'll see you on the next stream.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, everybody.